Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not going to do news this go round. What I do want to do is share some clips of Metaverse information. You're going to notice that we picked up some of these clips on Metaverse from Bloomberg Markets and Finance. We picked some of these clips up from IBM Research, Yahoo Finance, CNET Highlights. And so you can go to those channels and subscribe and actually go to those channels to see the actual full videos. I only took clippets or snippets for the purpose of helping bring together the understanding of what's actually the big appeal to Metaverse, in my opinion, based on the information and the things that we're seeing and looking at the economy going forward. So, yeah, we're just going to go through these clips, sit back and enjoy them. And I hope that you can gain more understanding or glean more understanding after seeing these clips.
Title of the world's most valuable company, Microsoft remains focused on the future, especially the future of work in a post-pandemic world. The software giant has been working on an employee experience platform as well as a wider metaverse offering in order to address the changing landscape in our workplaces and social spaces. When you are offering technology that allows this deep connection, how do you make sure that employees aren't always connected?
Actually, a great question. I think one is the opportunity to first time understand your personal kind of lifestyle and your personal usage of technology. For me, myself, I'm using data, how I work and with whom I'm collaborating. So I'm getting supported by AI and by the system to whom I should reach out to keep connection, but also when I need to have time, downtime, focus time. And so my schedule is the third, I would say, managed by giving me guidance on where I should take focus time to take care for myself, even time to take sport or other activities to just be blended out of the real 24/7 online experience. So that capability and that support is super important at addressing a big challenge, which well-being is for sure.
Ralph, how does the metaverse fit into all of this?
Fantastically. I was excited seeing you in the spin on the Metaverse showing. For us, that's next. We did offices collaboration. I think we all went through the journey of having video conferences like that in great quality and context. But the Metaverse is the next big chapter, which I think is giving us a real capability to be augmented. We see that already in manufacturing a lot, where you have production sites being augmented on HoloLens capabilities, so remote services, that is already in place. But the real metaverse, where we actually combine physical and digital world, is a fantastic experience to come. Please be excited. It's coming soon, it's coming fast, and it's coming for all of us on our own choices and terms, but you really will be able to have digital and the physical world coming together as an experience.
NVIDIA founder and CEO joins me now, along with our tech editor, Dan Howley. Jensen, thank you so much for being here. You guys came out with a lot of really fun stuff this week, and you did it in a presentation that showcased some of this technology, NVIDIA chips to power AI avatars, digital twins of things in the real world, your quantum 2 networking for cloud computing. So many different things this week. I don't know if it's like asking you to pick your favorite child, but I'm curious what you're most excited about amongst all of these things that you guys are working on.
Well, I'm most excited about the advances in computing, and ultimately all of that boils down to several things. I spoke about artificial intelligence and the platforms that we advanced to make automation a lot easier. For all of the large companies. I spoke about omniverse and the work that we're doing in enabling digital worlds and this engine we call omniverse that simulates these virtual worlds. You mentioned one of the largest computers we're going to build. It's based on this new fabric that's called quantum 2, the networking fabric or the nervous system of the data center. It's going to be a gigantic computer, has the ability to connect up to 1 million processors in this networking fabric. We also talked about the smallest robotics computer we call Jetson. And it's the most powerful robotics computer ever created, but it's the smallest computer we make. And so we spoke about AI, we spoke about omniverse, we spoke about the world's largest computers, we spoke about the smallest computers. And what glues it all together is all the software that goes along with making this next generation of computing possible. We call it accelerated computing, and the world has really awakened to it and realized that in order to make possible accelerated computing, you have to be an expert in application domains and algorithms and mathematics and how it ultimately connects to the computing systems underneath. And so we talked about all of those things.
System 2 is a bridge to the future of quantum computing. IBM quantum engineers took a holistic approach and will be capable of housing the upcoming 400 and 1,000 qubit processors, and even processors we haven't begun to develop yet. System 2 takes a hexagonal form. This scalable modular structure will allow us to bring fridges close together. It will give flexibility to design even larger quantum systems by linking processors together. System 2 represents a glimpse into what the future of quantum computing looks like, a true quantum data center. By following this roadmap, we think that by 2030, companies and users will be running 1 trillion quantum circuits a day.
The public consciousness talk about the metaverse has accelerated. When you talk about this next generation or next phase of computing, how close I mean, I know you're doing some of this stuff already, but in terms of critical mass, how close are we to that sort of edge of all of these things really catching on in a bigger fashion?
The omniverse is closer than people think, and I showed examples, real world examples, how people are using it, designing and simulating factories, operating a digital twin of a heat recovery plant, a digital twin of an entire fleet of cars, a digital twin of robots, so that robots can learn how to be robots in these virtual worlds, and they have no clue that they're actually in a virtual world. And when they're done learning how to be a good operating robot, we'll download their software into a physical robot. And so the applications are here, they're real, and we're using it across a large number of industries. Omniverse is a new way of doing computing that brought together everything NVIDIA did, everything NVIDIA does in high performance computing, in computer graphics, in artificial intelligence. All of those technologies are fused together for the very first time in a new computing platform. We call that Omniverse, and that we hope will be the engine that the industry and the world could use to create virtual worlds and what some people call the metaverse and examples like that.
BMW produces 1 vehicle per minute, each with roughly 25,000 parts. There are 5 million parts on the factory floor at any time. At GTC Spring, BMW showed us how they're building a digital twin of the Regensburg factory. They have since expanded to 3 other factories, totaling 10 million square meters. Their engineers are also using Isaac Gym, built on Omniverse, to teach their robots new skills. Let's take a look at the digital twin factories that BMW is building.
BMW has continued building on the momentum of their Factory of the Future initiative we showed you earlier this year. On average, they produce 1 new vehicle every minute, expanding the initiative to now include digital twin projects at 3 additional factories, which total more than 6 million square meters.